Welcome back to the Charismatic Voice. Today for My Choice Tuesday, we're going to be taking a close look at the vocals of Corey Taylor, who is the lead singer for heavy metal band Slipknot. A bunch of you let me know that there is an acoustic version of him playing and singing Snuff. And I've never had the chance to really deep dive and analyze his vocals before, so this just seemed like a really awesome opportunity. So I'm excited to get in there and, dissect them a little bit. Vocal nerd glasses going up. Let's get to it.
Bury all your secrets in my skin. Come away with innocence. Leave me with my sins. The air around me still feels like a cage. Love is just a camouflage. No one resembles rage.
So first of all, kudos to him for asking the audience to sing along with him. I always love that. I love audience involvement. Artists don't exist solely for themselves. They exist to reach other people. So I already love this. Let's keep going.
So if you love me, let me go. Run away before I know. My heart is just too dark to care. I can't destroy what is in there. Deliver me into my fate. If I'm alone, I cannot hate. I don't deserve to have you. My smile was taken long ago. If I can change, I hope I'll never know.
The grit in his voice is so delicious. It's lovely the way he brings it in and then comes back away. His natural voice has like a hint, just the tiniest hint of a rasp. It's more like a huskiness that I really like. It has like that dark kind of battered soul sound to it already. Not to mention that the lyrics of the song are very, very deep, very heartbroken, dark. I understand that they're about sort of like a depressive time that he went through. And you should definitely read more about the background on these lyrics. He's got some life stories to tell. And it's so clear that he's connecting with that emotion and letting it pour forth. I think that one of the ways that I like his emotional pouring forth is the contrast between singing a line cleanly and then singing it with grit. It's like this contrast of beauty and hopefulness and pain. And I love the way he flips back and forth and back and forth.
Taken long ago. If I can change, I hope I'll never know. All of that was ripped apart when you refused to fight. So save your breath, I will not hear.
Yeah. Whew. It's very powerful. The lyrics in this are extraordinary. I still press your letters to my lips. Oh boy. I believe that this was written about a girl that let him down, but he said that eventually he felt like that helped him come back to himself and learn to find that strength more on his own. But it's so amazing, the longing that you can hear in his voice when he's singing about that. One of the other things that I like about his grit is I feel like I still have a really bright, buzzy resonance that is there through the grit. So instead of just being a sound that feels like goes dark and kind of fuzzy, I still have like a buzz right here that is present that tells me he's got some really nice vocal fold closure beyond the grit. So that would be underneath it, right? So he still has good vocal fold closure that's happening there, really clear pitch, and the formant in his mouth is enhancing that extra buzz. So really, it's good vocal production at the same time as having great emotion. Listen to this grit.
All of that was ripped apart when you refused to fight. So save your breath, I will not hear.
Yeah.
I think I made it very clear. You couldn't hate enough to love. Is that supposed to be enough? I only wish you were my friend. Then I could hurt you in the end. I never claimed to be a saint. My own was banished long ago. It took the death of them to let you go.
Another thing that's great in his vocal production is the way he stays wide. He stays expanded, so his body feels like it's I like to tell students sometimes to think that they're like a sumo wrestler. So you stay out here and expand. It allows the breath to move really freely, lets you fill up, and also send the air without as much obstruction. So he has nice posture there as well. No sort of concaving chest or anything like that. It's just very, very open. And his neck too, it's very open. You see a little bit of vein action every now and then, but I think that's just sending a lot of blood to muscles that need it, right? And then in addition, you never see him really move his body to reach for notes. Some singers, it's a very natural tendency actually, to move up and to reach for a high note when you go higher. He is so grounded, really, really grounded. He's just totally level in his body, no matter what note he's singing. I like that. That's great technique. How many water bottles do they need? Just curious. I count 5. But they look mostly full. Drink more water. Water is good for you.
So break yourself against my stones and spit your pity in my soul.
Ooh.
You never needed any help. You sold me out to save yourself.
Oh, wow. We're about to get better too. That was so emotional. He really rode that emotional line well. You hear just a little bit of sobbing, but not enough to destroy the vocal line. Just a teensy bit of sobbing. Oh, let's go back just a little more.
So break yourself against my stones and spit your pity in my soul. You never needed any help. You sold me out to save yourself, and I won't listen to your shame. You ran away, you're all the same. Angels lie to keep control. Ooh, my love was punished long ago. If you still get on, never let me know.
That line, angels lie to keep control. What was it? It just was heartbreaking.
You ran away, you're all the same. Angels lie to keep control.
Oh my goodness. That line is so exquisite. Wow. Wow. The lyrics, the delivery, the bitterness, the weeping, everything about it. Wow. Even the way he opened his eyes and looked up. Everything about that, the way that there's no guitar underneath it too, it drops out right there.
Same. Angels lie to keep control.
Oh, it gets quieter, doesn't drop completely. Wow, 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 wow.
Angels lie to keep control.
He even, like, every now and then he'll play with bending just a little bit underneath the pitch or a little bit above it. So he's not writing the pitch in a pocket the way that some singers do. It's not exact and precise at every moment. He lets more emotion in so that it affects the pitch a little bit more. And that's not a bad thing. That's part of what makes our hearts go thump, 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 because we feel even more pain because of the way that he does play. And I would say it's probably not intentional what he does to the pitch. He just lets the emotion influence the pitch a little bit. So we're not talking like it's another pitch. We're talking it's 10 cents higher, 10 cents lower to express a little more longing or a little bit more pain.
My love was punished long ago. If you still can't, I'll never let me know. You still can't, I'll never let me know.
I loved that last belting moment and the slide off of it. It had so much pain. I loved the delivery of it. His voice is so expressive. It's not what you would consider like a typically pretty voice, and that's great. The kind of pain that is expressed through this song wants to be expressed through a voice that has a little bit more grit to it, that has more scars, essentially. And I definitely get that from him. And I love the way he accesses it. I love hearing that. I love hearing the consistency of that buzzy placement that tells me he's really doing a good job of taking care of his vocal folds underneath the grit too. Excellent there. And I liked seeing overall in the performance the way that he stayed really grounded. The audience is right there with him. Like, they're in spitting distance. And that is scarier when the audience, you can see people's eyes that close. That is much more scary than having a bunch of people out in a hall that you can't really tell are there. But he just really grounds himself and invites the audience to be a part of that stage with him. And I think that makes for an even more amazing and involving and emotional performance. Thank you to everyone who made this recommendation. I was very excited to get to go into his vocals more and just get to focus on them. It's fantastic. And please keep making those recommendations down below, beneath in the comments of this YouTube video. I'm here on YouTube every Monday, Tuesday, and Friday at 8 a.m. for premieres, so come say hello. And I'm also on Patreon, and if you want to learn how to sing or learn a little bit more about music, check out thecharismaticvoice.com. I'll see you guys somewhere else soon.